And in this next fight, we got a rematch of two guys. Serhiy Sidey, he's taking on Ramon Tavares. We saw this fight on the Contender Series, and in that fight, Sidey dropped Tavares. Fight got called early, so they decided to run it back here. And in this one, I'm going to go with Sidey here. And the reasoning for this is because I went, and the first time they actually fought,
I was leaning towards Tavares getting the win. He was a much bigger underdog at that time on the Contender Series, I believe. But after watching their first fight, you could see that Tavares was having success with his style, moving around, pot shotting, and using his quickness and his boxing. But Sidey, it seemed like once he felt the power from Tavares, he knew that he could eat it, and he got a lot of confidence, got on the inside, was able to get his own boxing off. And when he landed clean, he ended up hurting Tavares. And I feel like Sidey in general, he is the bigger, longer guy, and he also has the better weapons from the outside in terms of the kicks. He can mix it up a little bit more. Tavares definitely has that speed advantage, and he's probably going to be throwing more volume, but I think Sidey, as long as he doesn't come in here too overconfident in this fight, obviously got a knockout win the last time these guys matched up. He's going to be in Canada in front of his home crowd in this one, UFC debut, so he just needs to stay within himself and stay defensively sound. And even though in the first fight it seemed like he could eat the power of Tavares, he has to still respect it and not run into anything, being stupid, being silly. And if he doesn't do that, I think eventually he'll be the guy that can land first, like he did in the first fight, cleaner. And I think he's just going to be a little bit technically better in terms of just defensively sound, throwing the more basic strikes that land a little bit more on the button, and I think he'll be able to get Tavares out of there again. So that's what I'm leaning a little bit at this point, and I think that Sidey is going to get the job done. I think it's pretty good circumstances for him here. I mean, the first time they fought on the Contender Series, it was, probably a lot of pressure. He was coming into the United States. Now he's got his contract, and it's still pressure, but he's going to get to fight in front of his home crowd, and there's a lot more things going for him than in the first fight. Tavares is coming off that knockout win, but I think this can be more of a stand-up fight, and I think Sidey's going to do well. It's boxer versus boxer, and I think Sidey is going to prove to be just a little bit better like he did in the first fight. So give me Serhiy Sidey. I think he'll win in this one once again.